Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have a serious problem.
We just all have to do our job better. So there's no easy way about it. It's, they're trying to keep us from doing our job. We're trying to do it, and they're doing a better job than we are. It's anytime you score 3 points, that pretty much sums it up.
It's still early in the NFL season, and they've only played 7 games, so they can turn it around, right? I'm not so sure. What have we seen from Brady and the Bucs that gives us the notion their season can be saved? Well, to answer that question, not a whole lot. Coming off quite possibly one of the worst looking losses of Tom Brady's career with the Bucs, they fell to the Carolina Panthers 21-3. That's right, the same Panthers team who is supposedly having a fire sale and looking to rebuild. The same Carolina Panthers who were 1-5 before facing what many thought were preseason Super Bowl contenders in the Bucs. But why is Tampa Bay having these issues? Could it be they didn't have a good offseason? Maybe they were distracted with Tom Brady and his constant "I'm retiring, I'm not retiring"? Or could it be that Tom Brady is distracted from football, dealing with marital issues? Whatever it is, it's not looking good for Tampa, but this collapse has been a long time in the making, at least during this season. Let's take a look back. The first game of the 2022 NFL season had the Buccaneers versus the Cowboys, and during this game, the Buccaneers defense emerged and looked like they were going to be the focal point of the team this season. The offense didn't look like they had things figured out quite yet, but there were plenty of excuses available, most of which are valid. They were dealing with a slew of injuries across the offense, including star wide receiver Chris Godwin, who left the game early with an injury, and many amongst the offensive line. Either way, their defense led them to a win, and it wasn't pretty, a 19-3 win against the Cowboys, in which Tom Brady only threw for 212 yards and 1 touchdown, plus he had an interception. All I'm saying is, you'd think that Tom Brady and the Bucs offense would be able to score more than 1 touchdown, but hey, the Cowboys do have a good defense. Fast forward a week and they play what seems to be their rival in the New Orleans Saints. The Saints have always played this Bucs team close, even with Tom Brady at the QB position. Despite a 20-10 victory, it felt like the Saints were beating the Bucs the whole game. Mike Evans showed some fire and started a fight, which seemed to spark the Bucs late in the game. They were able to take a lead and close the game out. Again, it wasn't pretty though. The offense definitely had its fair share of struggles versus this Saints team. Now, one of the moments we've all been waiting for, Aaron Rodgers versus Tom Brady in week 3. Fans were hoping for an offensive shootout, but with both these offenses not clicking yet still early in the season, we got a defensive slugfest. Brady and the Bucs could have tied the game on this 2-point attempt, but fell short. Okay, so the Bucs offense didn't look as good at home against the Packers, but again, just like the Cowboys and even the Saints to a degree, the Packers have a good defense. What a treat from NFL schedule makers. Now we have the Chiefs versus the Bucs. Super Bowl favorites for many, they gave us the game we've been waiting for. A high-scoring back-and-forth battle. Brady and the Bucs offense came up short, but hey, it is the Chiefs, and at least their offense is starting to click. Fast forward a week where they take on the Atlanta Falcons, and they only put up 21 against them. Yes, that's right, the Atlanta Falcons, who have quite possibly one of the worst defenses in the NFL. Brady and the Bucs at home could only put up 23. And they let the Falcons score 15 points, and if it wasn't for this Grady Jarrett roughing the passer call, which many of you know is kind of ticky-tacky, the Bucs could have very well lost this game. They were 10-point favorites, they only scored 21, and it felt like their offense was starting to go downhill. Yep, it's definitely going downhill. They could only muster 18 points against the Steelers, who were literally missing half of their secondary and their best defensive player in TJ Watt. A massive upset for Brady and the Bucs, but hey, don't worry, they have the 1-5 Panthers next week. Time for an explosive offensive showing in a huge bounce-back game. Wrong. The Panthers clown the Bucs, bro. They beat them 21-3. They embarrassed Tom Brady and the Bucs offense. Offensively, this could have been the worst we've seen Brady and the offense during his time in Tampa, only scoring 3 points, and it all started with this pivotal Mike Evans drop early in the game. That set the tone, and the Bucs never recovered. But why are the Bucs struggling so much? Injuries, Tom Brady going through a divorce, or maybe he's just getting old? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Whatever it is, there's no signs that say they'll turn it around. Is this Tom Brady's last season as a Buc? His last season in the NFL period? Only time will tell. But if they can't string together some wins, the Bucs' playoff aspirations are certainly down the toilet.